Good morning, everybody. Welcome to
Hello.
LPTV Disney Morning Show. Get you up to date what's going on in a busy, busy morning in the world of Disney. Excited to get to
Busy,
talking
busy
about it
morning in the
after.
world of Kyle.
Oh, okay, everyone, stop. Who cares about Disney? Kyle, tell us about your troubles.
Disney just sometimes, I don't know if they have different departments that just don't like talk to each other or they don't care, but they release a bunch of news all at the exact same time, sometimes even embargoed with the exact same time. And it makes you wonder why they do such things to me.
I've seen some internal memos that say they're doing this specifically to make Kyle's life difficult.
Yeah, I'm not just being a narcissist here. This is legit conspiracy.
So, conspiracy theorist over there, Black Helicopter Kyle Burbank, our managing editor. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, all things considered.
Play co-founder of this, I want to say site, but we're not even on a website right now. So, co-founder of everything that comes under the Laughing Place banner. And joining us later today will be the other co-founder, my wife, Rebecca Mosley, no longer on assignment, back in front of the brick wall. Another brick in the wall. Oh,
What's
she
the
hates that song.
deal?
We're live, so if you're out there, let us know. Hit us up in the comments. Let us know you're out there. Send us some super chat. No, I'm just kidding. But let us know you're out there. Please participate. All right, let's get started the way we get started every day. Kyle Burbank, yesterday we were way down at 98, so far away from the triple digits. How do you think we're doing now?
Um, I think we're up slightly.
We are
Nope.
down slightly. Well,
Yeah,
let's
something along
refresh.
those
Let's be
things.
fair. Let's give a refresh. Make sure we're up to date. Okay.
Oh, flat.
So the stock's still far, far away from 100. Maybe once they move to North Carolina, things will be different. But right
Yeah,
now,
that's the thing you can do, by the way. You just tie a rope around the entire resort, just drag it up the freeway. No
it's,
logistical issues with this
the
whatsoever.
only way Disney World moves to North Carolina is if North Carolina redraws its borders to include Disney World. It ain't
I
going
mean, that
nowhere.
seems more likely.
Yeah. Can you do that? Can they just like somehow say this portion of a state actually belongs in another state
Oh no, I
instead of
thought you
instead?
were just, I thought they were just gonna create a deal with South Carolina and Georgia and whatever else might be in the way there.
That's what I meant at first, but then I started
Geography,
wondering
not
maybe there's a
strong suit.
simpler way. Maybe there's a simpler way just to kind of say this part of the state belongs to this state. I,
I thought that I heard a rumor like way long ago that Tom Sawyer's Island was actually like
right.
Mississippi.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Which means if we both heard it, that's a double source, so it's now true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's get going. This is what everyone's waiting for.
All right, here's Ethan.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? Well, if so, here I am. Before I get to the weather, I just wanted to rant for a minute. I realize that April is probably my least favorite month. It starts off with the stupidity that is April Fool's Day, and then rolls into this increasingly mainstream 420 day, and now Disney is trying to make halfway to Halloween happen. On top of that, the weather is extremely volatile, so I guess I'll use that segue to get down to what you came for. Anaheim is looking sunny and warm today, hitting 82 with a 0% chance of precipitation. The Golden Zephyr Wind Index looks best in the morning and evening, pre-World of Color, of course. In Bay Lake, it's a similar story with temps in the mid-80s and mostly sunny skies, although the breeze will be a bit more prominent than out west. Castaway Cay will be partly cloudy for most of the day and hit a high of 82. Rain chances are small but do exist. Disneyland Paris is in the 40s this evening, but at least it's mostly clear with light breeze. Tomorrow, Tokyo will be overcast and in the mid-70s, nothing to write home about. Shanghai will make it up to nearly 70 tomorrow, topping out at 1 degree cooler than that. Although it will be pretty breezy, like Monica on Friends when she called Richard's answering machine. Finally, stop me if you've heard this one. Hong Kong will see scattered to widespread thunderstorms throughout the day tomorrow with temperatures stopping just shy of 80. Well, that's it for my report today. I'm going to go take a nap since I'm apparently feeling pretty punchy. Bye for now.
Very punchy.
Crazy. That's a good one, Ethan. Way to go. Ethan's having some voice trouble. Does he have a cold or something? I think that just
I don't know. I'll be experimenting.
okay. Thank you very much, Ethan. So let's get started with the actual news. And, annual passes went on sale this morning. Some big Fort Wilderness news this morning, halfway to Halloween. But the thing that is polluting my Facebook feed is everyone in Florida got woken up this morning by an emergency alert. And I'm just cracking up. 3:45 this morning. So this light goes on phones too, right? You're laying there.
Yeah, I think there's a way to turn it off. I don't know about emergency alerts, like weather alerts and stuff. You can. I feel like I don't know. I'd be curious to know if I would have received this if I were in Florida because of the way my phone is set up.
You turn off all alerts. You don't want anyone bugging you for any reason at all.
Apocalypse, whatever.
Might as well sleep through it. So I just thought it was funny seeing so many of my Facebook friends complaining about this, which I would be complaining about too if it happened to me. And it was a mistake apparently. This was not a test that they wanted to do at 4 a.m. And the governor has put out a statement I saw saying essentially heads will roll for this. So.
Yeah, I'm sure he put out a statement. He wants to stop woke, so he doesn't want to wake people up at 4 a.m.
You used that in Slack this morning, and you're using it again. Way to go! A good joke should not only have one audience. Okay, but the actual big Disney news this morning is annual passes went back on sale this morning. Did you track this? How soon did people actually get in, Kyle? Do you know?
I think it was right around the time they said, but I didn't. I was awake. No, I wasn't awake at this time because it was at 6 a.m. Eastern, so that's 5 a.m. for me. So no, I was not. There for that.
But people are getting their passes. Just the very latest tweet I'm seeing right now from 10 seconds ago. After waiting 5 hours in an online queue, my family is now Disney World annual pass holders. So
I guess that would imply that they did start fairly early.
I don't know when they start. Oh yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's not fast. It's never fast when it happens, but people are getting their passes. I've not seen any word that any are sold out yet. So yeah, happy to hear that. I saw Gio ask early on here, did you get your AP today? I do have an AP today. I also had one yesterday because we already had them. Let's bring Rebecca on now. Are you ready, Rebecca?
You have to change your format.
Gotta change the format, yeah. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey.
Rebecca Mosley here. Whoa, what did I just do?
Don't know.
Oh, man, I hit the wrong button and a half.
Do you want me to take it? Okay. Oh, there you got it.
Oh, there I am.
Anyway, hey, Rebecca Mosley, co-founder of Laughing Place, back home, no longer on assignment.
My lighting is so messed up.
You are.
I'm like
is living my best life?
It's more
Are
like
you allowed to wear that shirt?
What's that going
Does that say living my best life?
Disney life, yeah.
My best Disney life.
Oh, I think somebody unplugged my light while I was gone.
Is that a loophole? Does that get around your annoyances?
Yes,
dude?
it does. Yes, it does.
Wow.
That's fine. Yeah.
It's not adjectives and YouTube.
Yes, if you commercialize a trend he hates, then he embraces it.
Because I hate the phrase. So if you change the phrase, then I don't hate the sentiment. I want people to live their best life. I hate the phrase. Okay. Clear, Kyle? Clear?
Yeah. I think you're a little hypocritical.
Oh, accusations flying. Rebecca, I brought you on a little early. We're going to talk about some big DVC news that came down this morning. Did you see the news, Rebecca?
I saw that there's some cabin thing, right?
Yeah. So you remember staying here, right, Rebecca? We stayed in one of these things, Fort Wilderness Cabins.
We stayed in one of these when I was enormously pregnant.
I remember it well.
I was in that final trimester, and yeah, it was.
No, I think you were in the second trimester.
Oh, you're right. It was second trimester. You're right. It was nice.
Remember.
But it was a great place to go to Disney World pregnant because I was like, I wasn't quite as active as usual, and the location is unique, but yet incredibly adjacent to Disney fun. So could hop on a boat, go over to Magic Kingdom for a little while. Then I could go back to the cabin, take a nice nap, and you and my brothers, as I recall, rented a golf cart and had all kinds
so
of
much fun
golf carting around Fort Wilderness. But what do you think? What do you think of these new designs, Kyle?
Well, this is the old design. I'm about to reveal the new design.
Oh, okay.
People to see before, and then we will see what is coming right.
Yeah, these look more like tiny homes, way hipper things you'd see on HGTV than the other ones, which are actual cabins. I think they look nice. I'd be happy to stay in one, although if you're not DVC, it'll probably be harder. It'll be possible, but it'll probably be harder.
Okay, so my question, I haven't had a chance to look at the article. I just saw the image on the front page, but are these in addition to what we currently have? This is replacing what we currently have, and Fort Wilderness is becoming
The cabins at Fort Wilderness are becoming a DVC resort.
wow, okay. So that's a big, I mean, to me, that's a big change. Am I overlooking
No, that
something?
it is a big change, and that's some of the things. Like if you look at other headlines today, there's like two portions to it, and I'm like, that one's not quite right. But they do mention taking over, like using they talk about these being more environmentally friendly, so they're using the footprint of the old ones, and they're going to have more eco-friendly, efficient features and stuff like that. So that to me confirms that these are literally replacing the old ones. And there's going to be about 350. They said more than 350. And then, it'll be called, opening in 2024, the Cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness, a Disney Vacation Club resort. And so we don't know when this work is going to start, but it's supposed to open in 2024. Presumably this is something they could do in sections, so they won't have to close all of it right away.
Wow.
But as they note, I think people get confused as to what a DVC resort means. It doesn't mean that it's exclusive. It just means it's mostly, but they do have to have cash bookings. So there are some available for other people. And so they even say that like all DVC resorts, there will be availability, or depending on availability, people who aren't DVC members can stay here. But I do imagine, just from what I think of, that it would be more difficult than not being a DVC resort.
And as Gio points out, the announcement said more than 350, but there's 409 now. So maybe we'll, since they didn't say kind of one for one, maybe the maneuvering will end up with a little less, but more than 350. So it'll be interesting to see if they're also reducing the quantity. But I don't know how well occupied the Fort Wilderness cabins are, because I mean, there's so many more of them than there was of like the treehouse villas is what I think of when I think of super high demand. Pretty much you got to be DVC to get it type locations. I think of the treehouse villas that are over at they're part of Saratoga Springs Resort. So yeah, just I don't know.
I'm sorry I had to step out. Did we talk about the travesty that they're taking away a hotel, a normal hotel, and turning it into DVC?
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Travesty.
We're just trying to decide what it'll do to availability to those who aren't DVC. That's what we were discussing in the moment. You're really upset about this, huh? Look, I can see.
I mean, just because I'm not truly upset. What I'm upset about is this is the 17th DVC resort. When we moved to Florida in 2004, there were what? Maybe 5? I don't know. I feel like there's just, all they do now is DVC. That's all that gets built now. Either a brand new DVC or a conversion to DVC. Take some rooms away from the Jumbo House and turn them into DVC. Not enough we have Kidani Village. Let's take some rooms away from Jumbo House. Too much DVC. I just want a hotel. And this concerns me. This concerns me. That's all I got to say.
Do you ever wonder, I mean, and so the only reason it concerns me in that it's the notion of like subscription vacation.
Right.
And to me, that implies that your product is hard to stand on its own. You can't get them to come back unless they've already invested. It's like gym memberships, right? You go and you get your gym membership, and then it's really hard to get rid of it. Kind of thing. I don't know.
I think timeshares are probably even a little harder to get rid of than the gym membership.
But it's just an interesting. I don't know. That from as an outside consumer, who has never really been in a position where DVC made a lot of sense to me, because like so much of my family were Disney employees, and then we lived right there. The DVC wasn't ever as enticing to me, but now it's almost getting to the point where I couldn't. I don't know. It feels like I'm getting squeezed out, but maybe I'm not, processing it properly. But there's this, and maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want me to feel like, oh no, I've got to be a part of it. So I don't know. Yeah. I need to read up more on it. DVC has not been heavily on my radar. I want to read up on it and learn more about it.
The other thing I don't know, and I truly don't know, this is where it'd be helpful to have, someone smarter than me, but, DVC is purchasing, you are buying something. I realize it takes a long time, so you're paying Disney, a lot of money for a while, but then ultimately you're done paying. You own it.
But you have
And
maintenance fees.
I know, but maintenance fees are not the same thing as I mean, it's truly for maintenance. They actually have to justify those maintenance fees. It's not the same thing as renting a hotel. It's a hotel night, and so I would love to know how much 30 years down the road this matters to Disney. How much is this short term versus long term? Because in 20 years they're basically not getting any more money for these places, and what does that mean?
It sounds to me like we need to set up. We need to get like travel agent, and then Ben, economic dweeb, and
Right.
I don't know if
Kyle,
travel
economic
agents
dweeb.
really like DVC.
So it'd be
anyways.
fun to get all together and kind of have just a roundtable discussion of what has been happening with DVC. Just
Exactly.
just
Yeah,
so people
makes
like me who have barely tipped their toe in the water would have a better idea of
Well,
it.
there's a good reason we don't know about it. It's Disney's best kept secret.
17. And when was the last time? When was the last time they built new hotel rooms that weren't DVC? It's been a while, right? Art of Animation.
Is the towers DVC, the Grand Destino one? What was the other thing that they built?
No, it's not. Grand Destino is not DVC.
Okay.
That's a good one. Okay, fine.
That would
So
be-
I'm an idiot. I stand corrected. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Is Riviera?
Riviera is DVC.
Riviera is
Beautiful.
DVC.
Beautiful, brand new hotel, DVC.
Yeah.
But Riviera, that's a good example. I'm sorry, Grand Destino is a good example of one that's not. And wonder
If
when
you're
we'll
not
see
sure,
more
just
like
go
that.
there, and if they say welcome home, then it's a DVC.
And it's the 17th, but it's not the last. I mean, they've already got the Polynesian one under construction. That's DVC. So when they already built the bungalows there, which are DVC. So and Gio says, let's watch as they turn something like Art of Animation into DVC next. I don't think it's completely out of the realm.
You guys can have the cheap Little Mermaid section, and the rest of it will be DVC.
Really?
It was interesting to be on the monorail and to see how that view is changing, because it used to be, right, you would leave the Poly and you would have kind of this grand expanse looking out towards the water and over to the Magic Kingdom, and now it's like you pass the Poly and then you've got the tower, and then you have the Gap, and then you have another tower, and then you have and it's interesting to see how it's just changed. So I mean, honestly, there was supposed to be one on the other side, right, initially, and that one was scrapped decades ago. But it's
Reflections.
just change is different. I don't know.
The only constant is change. So as Ethan so eloquently pointed out, we are lucky enough to be in the throes of halfway to Halloween. And that is the main reason we brought Rebecca on today, to talk about what's going on with Halfway to Halloween in terms of Oogie Boogie, Not So Scary, and the Disney Cruise Line.
Bring on the person who never celebrates Halloween. There you go.
So where do you want to start?
Wasn't my booking.
Talk about Halloween.
Just like we have the pickiest eaters in the world talk about food.
Well, this is halfway to Halloween. I thought maybe you'd celebrate this. Celebrate a random day in April.
What are you guys
Random,
showing
it's 420.
stuff? Am I sharing my screen? What do you
No,
want me to do?
I'm good. Just tell me where you want to start. I've got the three things.
Well, let's start with the merchandise one.
No, that's the one I don't have.
Oh, okay, fine. So let's start.
Not So Scary. Let's do Not So Scary, because that one has
Okay.
the most info.
We'll start with Not So Scary. It's coming back. Tickets will go on sale in May. Let's see. It said in the article, where did that go? Right? That's what I saw. Okay, no, I'm making that up.
No, I think.
Yep, there it is. May 2nd. I knew I saw it. May 2nd.
And that one's at the top of the article, so we have no excuse that time.
Tickets go on sale May 2nd. They've announced the dates. It looks like the ticket prices are going to remain within the same general price range that we saw last time, $109 to $199. You can see the event list with the ticket price, so you'll know what ticket pricing is falling for your specific day. But what I want to be sure that you pay attention to, if you are planning a trip to Disney World later this year, look at these dates, August through November, because this is when the Magic Kingdom is going to close early. So if you are, planning your vacation and maybe Not So Scary isn't on the table for you, know that these are the days that Magic Kingdom is not going to be available into those later evening hours. I know that this often will catch people by surprise, just how many days in September, in October, you don't have kind of that, full day available at Magic Kingdom, unless you're also purchasing into this Mickey's Not So Scary party. And Mickey's Not So Scary, a lot of fun. You have the characters in unique costumes. You have unique entertainment. The fireworks. They have the Boo to You parade, which is one of my favorite. I know it's a popular parade among many. It's one of my favorites. And it's a earworm song and has unique parade elements that are always crowd pleasing, like the Haunted Mansion sequence with these shovel wielding dudes who create sparks and stuff. So
That's their official name in the parade rundown, shovel wielding dudes.
What's your favorite aspect of Halloween party, Phoebe?
I mean, the candy, of course, is fun, but definitely the parade. The parade is a lot of fun with this earworm song and shovel wielding dudes. And I'm not sure if they still hand out candy during the parade, but that was always a fun part with the Goofy Candy Company. Yeah, that's the highlight for sure.
And the Hocus Pocus trio has become quite popular for Not So Scary as well. And if you scroll down in that article and put it back up on screen, they're going to have a spirit jersey available in celebration of the Hocus Pocus villain spectacular. Oh, I'm sorry, Spelltacular. Sorry,
oh goodness.
Spelltacular, along with plush of the sisters, Sanderson sisters. So
Spelltacular is on the list.
Really?
Already, yeah.
Already, and it's been playing for years, to be fair.
And because people wonder about these things, Tron Light Cycle Run will be available during the parties, and it will use a virtual queue during the party. So
which
might increase your chances of getting a ride.
What do you think of that, Kyle?
Yeah, I think it's funny that they think 6 months in the future they're going to need that still. I know it's been that long with Guardians, but yeah. I mean, it's no different than they're doing right now with the after hour, I guess not after, whatever the thing called for resort guests where they could stay later, that third drop. So I guess it's probably going to operate the same way. And obviously, if they do for some reason decide to get rid of the virtual queue by then, then they won't do this. But yeah, I think it probably makes sense, or at least to announce it as such.
Right.
I like it because Tron at night is a thing. And I could totally see people with disposable income opting to invest in buying a ticket to this event with the focus of Tron at night, and then, whatever additional stuff I get, especially if they're a local. And so the notion of putting it as virtual queue, so that way I bought my ticket to the event, and then, lottery for this, and either I do or I don't, but I'm not kind of forced into an investment. But like you say, perhaps by then the demand would be down and not necessary, but just kind of on its face. This for me was like the first time when I was like, yes, virtual queue for this. In fact, part of me kind of wishes with these events where you have such high demand for, I was thinking specifically the Disneyland at night stuff. I kind of wish you could virtual queue before you bought your ticket, and you could like opt into a package of the meet and greets, because those queues are so long with those Disney nights. I would hesitate to buy a ticket based upon what I've been seeing from our crew as far as going to the events. But if I knew I was buying like Disneyland After Dark package A, and I could get this person, and this person, then it would be more attractive to me. So
they don't care. They're selling out anyway. They don't
care. No, I know. Yeah, no, it's not. It's to make my life better, not theirs. Their events are selling out. It's fine. But yeah, see, this is Geo saying, better to have the virtual queue than wasting the hours of waiting instead of waiting the hours for the meet and greet. Exactly. There you go. Exactly.
I know someone with the initials TB who will wholeheartedly disagree with you. Jeffrey.
And over on the West Coast, they've given up us a Save the Season card saying, hey, Oogie Boogie Bash is coming back this fall. We won't be giving you any other additional information at this time, but it is coming back. So be ready and watch.
They have.
It's coming. What?
They have given us some additional information.
Really?
Mickey and Minnie will have new costumes.
That's at Disneyland. This is at DCA.
Correct. This is a different.
They have not given us any additional information.
But in addition to the Oogie Boogie Bash information, they did unveil Mickey and Minnie's 2023 outfits. And you know, they're adorable as always. I mean, that's just kind of the way of it every year, right? They've been cute for a long time now. So let's see. Over the years. Really, you like last year's better? Let me see. Let me see if I can find them. Oh, I don't have last year's. I have like a couple of years ago. I've outfits from the past few years, because you got this one where they're like the purple with the bow and then you had the almost racer with a vampire overlay.
Is it always Vampire Witch? They don't stretch out any further than that?
No, yeah, they do, because she's like in a candy corn, like there's no witch element to this. She's like got those little cat ears. See?
Okay.
Up here.
Is it always vampire?
A mouse dressed as a cat.
He always has a cape of some sort, so if that makes him oh, it was the okay, hang on, I can find that, Geo, because I had that on my screen earlier. Let me
He's
look.
a Dracula.
Yeah. Let me type up.
But that's all they've given us for Oogie Boogie Bash. They haven't given us dates. They haven't given us prices. They haven't given us when tickets go on sale. They're just letting you know it will be coming back because it's halfway to Halloween and they have to announce something. So
Yes.
they did.
Here's the thing, though. Can I ask Kyle, because you're the editor, so you might know this. I feel like at Disneyland you have like more than one Halloween costume, but am I not remembering that correctly?
There might be one at Disneyland Resort, or Disneyland Park rather, and then an Oogie Boogie party one.
That's probably where my brain is. So there you go. And there's Minnie with her purple cat ears and dress. So, or maybe they're back.
What is Mickey's costume?
He's a pumpkin.
Yeah, he's a jack-o'-lantern.
Oh, okay. Got it.
He's
just the patches. Okay, whatever.
And then they've
he didn't
announced
get very much money. You remember the pandemic? He didn't have a ton of in his coffers at the time.
As I recall, last year's theme was the notion of the DIY, Mickey and friends creating their own homespun costumes. So that was the spin on it. And then they've also announced that coming back to the Disney Cruise Line will be Halloween on the High Seas. So you'll have Mickey and friends fun aboard the ships. It includes the beautiful Halloween tree that they put into the atriums, along with the Disney Wish will have one in the Grand Hall. So, and once again, it is themed to each ship's Halloween tree has its own little unique name and story. And the one aboard the Wish, of course, that being Cinderella's themed Grand Hall, the coach is reportedly birthed from this beautiful Halloween tree. Boo.
At a natural birth or a cesarean?
The name of the pumpkin is Boo.
All right, and then merchandise. You're on your own with this one.
A variety of merchandise items have been announced, a few storybooks. We've got a wrap up on Laughing Place, thanks to my teammate at Barely, Rebecca. But the highlight to me is this Mattel Creations item. It is a Maleficent doll. It is coming up for pre-order later this month. I want to say next week. It is the first. They say it's part of the Darkness Descends series, so it has me speculating that we'll see other villains. But check out this box, Kyle and Dewey. It has these beautiful dark wings on the cover with the Maleficent name in this ornate font.
I like the dragon and the M.
And then you have the doll itself within the packaging. There's a look at the face. Check out the ornate detail of the feathers around her cowl.
She clearly went to Mac.
So,
She went to Mac.
Yeah, there you go. And on the back, the feathers of the wings are also. So this is, once again, it's a Mattel Creations, and Trisha wrote this up for Laughing Place. So you'll be able to find that. I'm going to do something later today. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to put a link like up over there that you'll be able to like click and go to these stories. And earlier I meant to say that it would be like our our footage from previous years of like Oogie Boogie Bash and stuff like that. So I'm going to give that a try later today and see how people respond to that. The viewers respond to that. So incorporate a few links and give that a try.
And then Kyle, this just happened?
Yeah, I don't think we knew about this before, but there's going to be the Gargoyle Tiki mug has materialized for halfway to Halloween at Trader Sam's Grog Grotto and the Tiki Terrace at Walt Disney World's Polynesian Village Resort. Wristband distribution for the new mug begins daily at 12 p.m. Eastern. Will be sold with your choice of 2 specialty beverages. I assume this will only be for a few days at most, while supplies last.
Nice.
This looks familiar. I don't know if they've actually done this exact one before, or maybe this was around for Halloween and they made more for this. But.
My suspicion is that you're seeing it in a different color,
That
like
a
color variant.
Dia will tell me in a moment. I'm sure. I'm just gonna keep an eye on that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Kyle. You don't need Dio.
See, color variant.
Color variant. This was the 2nd edition. So
the other one was red.
Post, I found it.
Okay. Now you get gray.
Yeah. So there you go. You can add to your collection of Haunted Mansion Gargoyle Tiki mugs from the Grotto. Hi, Rich.
Hi, Rich. Thanks for joining us again. Before I let you go, Rebecca, I wanted to talk about one of our other stories while you're still here. Animal Kingdom is about to turn 25 years old, which is not getting nearly enough attention, by the way. That should be a huge deal. Disney's first zoo, 25 years, should be a big deal. There are apparently 45 animals that have been at Animal Kingdom since opening day. Name them all. No, just kidding. But isn't that cool? 45 animals since opening day. So since I know you were just at Disney World, you've been to Animal Kingdom very recently, had one of the most amazing safaris ever. I just wanted to let you opine on Animal Kingdom. I'm going to put a link to this article in the chat. It's pretty long. It's a fun read. Go check it out.
Were you with me for that amazing safari, or did that happen after?
Yeah, I was with you.
Were you with me when we were over looking and we went to see the meerkats afterwards?
Yeah.
Because it was so cool. Because that safari, the lions were super active on the safari. The cheetahs were super active. I've never had a rhino quite so close to the truck as happened on this safari. And then we took the path over to see the beautiful gorilla exhibit. And we ended up, there you go. And we ended up, while we were over there, you could hear looking at the meerkats, you could hear the lion roaring off in the distance. So it was an amazing, and the baby, the one of the baby gorilla was right up near us, like playing in the little trees, playing kind of hide and seek over there. But this is amazing. But on this recent safari, it made me realize I want to do the Africa trek again. I got to do kind of a media preview long ago when it was first starting out, and you weren't able to do it back then. And so I was thinking now with this new doobie, we'll have to do that together, because it's a unique way to experience the trek, it's an additional fee, and they take you kind of behind the scenes of the safari in essence, because you're in areas that aren't, like you're walking above the crocodiles, and then you have a beautiful snack, lunch, kind of a light lunch type dynamic, out on the savannah. So you get to sit there for a while and just kind of enjoy the ambiance of the savannah as the trucks go by and everything. But yeah, Animal
So,
Kingdom. Do you feel like
well,
Animal Kingdom has dramatically changed since it launched, Kyle?
I don't know. I
Really?
didn't go over. I didn't go for Animal Kingdom for a very long time. But the first time
Okay.
I went was 2010, 9 or 10.
Yeah. Because it's amazing to me how much it's changed and yet not. Because you have these big e-ticket attractions now that are there with Everest, with Avatar, but yet for me, still the reason I'm drawn to it is the safari. That's always like still the highlight for me when I go, and I'm just impressed that the design and execution of that attraction is amazing, and the fact that it just remains kind of that big e-ticket all these years later, to me, is very impressive.
I'm
I've
sure,
had some good
Rebecca,
safaris.
when you heard about Animal Kingdom, being a Disney fan and an animal fan, I don't care and what about zoos, but you're the one person in our family who likes zoos. You were
Yeah.
excited about the prospect of those two coming together for Disney. So your perspective, 25 years later, I mean, do you think they achieved it pretty well?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think they did. And I think it's hard because, when you're on a trip, when you're on vacation like that, and you have zoos in your area, I think initially it was very hard to get people to understand the difference. The challenge, I think, has been that thankfully, overall, our zoos have themselves been under a tremendous transformation, and we've seen, very dramatic changes in what it means to just go to your local zoo, as far as, what the exhibit spaces are like, and that type of thing. And so the fact, like I say, that Disney has found ways to continue to kind of, I don't want to say remain relevant, but to still be a draw. What I miss at Animal Kingdom though is I miss having that high energy parade in the park. I miss Jam and Jungle or something like it kind of making its way through. And I'm sad it hasn't figured out a way to utilize the space
Right.
successfully for, where we've had where we had kite tails, where we had, they keep trying different things, but we haven't yet, been able to find something that is able to keep people. And yet, you have Legend of the Lion King, that is, one of the most popular entertainment elements at Walt Disney World, right there in the midst of this animal park. It's such an enigma, Animal Kingdom. So
It is, and I'm very glad they've stuck with it. They've added some, IP, obviously, like they have everywhere, but they've definitely stuck to I think, its roots with the animals, and that's, would have been an easy thing to go away from, I think, and I'm so happy they have not.
yeah.
All right, one more thing before. Normally we do this day in Disney history at the end, but we've kind of turned it into a quiz format.
Okay.
And Rebecca, with her history knowledge, it's fun to have her for this segment. So we're going to do that now. And now it becomes a competition between Kyle and Becca to see who can guess it first. So, if you find it for me, Kyle, we definitely will. Let's do. All right. So on this day in 1964, we have a birthday here. We don't only do movies now, Rebecca. All of them are quizzes. We have a birthday here. 1964. One of the minor members of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Age of Ultron and Black Panther, and also the voice of Snoke in The Force Awakens.
Circus? Andy Circus?
Andy Serkis. Happy birthday to Andy Serkis. Don't know where my.
One way.
There we go. Happy birthday.
I need to see that. Maybe that's how I'll celebrate his birthday. I'll finally put Lord of the Rings on.
I've never seen any of them either.
Take a nap.
You and me, we're
Get
the
that
two
nap
holdouts.
ready.
We are.
I've never seen it.
Stay strong,
I never
Kyle.
have and never will. All right,
I
1976.
finally broke and watched some of Willow.
Another birthday here, 1976. Disney voice credits include Oliver and Company as Oliver, Goofy Movie as Chad, Recess as Franklin, The Emperor's New Groove as Dirk. He was also in the Disney Channel original movie Horse Sense, and years later its sequel Jumping Ship. Happy birthday, 1976 to...
I have no idea who's the voice of stuff.
No.
Not Billy Joel.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's where he said
disappointing.
Oliver and Company. The only person I could think of was Billy Joel. Couldn't come up with anybody else beyond
So
that.
disappointing.
Yeah, still
What's his
don't know.
name?
Oh, it's a Lawrence.
Joey Lawrence.
Oh, wow. I
It's
had no
Lawrence.
idea that he was.
I forgot. I
We didn't
totally
mention
forgot
the
Joey.
AP Family show, Melissa and Joey.
I did leave that one off. Yes, I did leave that one off. Perhaps a little too much of a giveaway. But happy birthday to Joey Lawrence.
You know what
I'm
I
so
say to this
disappointed.
news that he played Oliver? Whoa.
And that makes this a very special this day in history.
On this day in 1991, Rebecca may have an advantage with this hint for this one. On this day in 1991, something opened at Disney MGM Studios that Rebecca's brother used to work at.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
So that has to be hey, you can get a parking ticket while you eat there, Kyle.
Sci-Fi Diner opened in 1991, and a year later was the most popular restaurant at Disney MGM Studios. Still kicking. Still go eat there.
I remember scheduling trips around when we would get our Sci-Fi Dine reservation. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, that's a big deal. Great
How about you,
restaurant, too.
Kyle? Was Sci-Fi Diner something that is a part of your
I've
Disney
still never
World
been.
nostalgia? What?
I don't think I've never done primetime either. I've sat at the bar for a minute at primetime, but I've never been at a table. I don't know if I've done any table service there because I've never done Mama Railroads, even though that's Rebecca's favorite.
Hal doesn't do table service.
I would like to do table service. It's just, factors.
We need to do a group trip to dine in.
That would be fun.
That would be
Yeah.
fun.
Let's plan that for our next retreat, whenever.
Yeah.
that is.
We need to.
Right.
We should do that.
All right, 1992. This is a show on the Disney Channel. 1992. This show focused on the relationship between single father Goofy and his son Max, as well as their neighbors Pete and his family.
Is that Goof Troop? No, because was that on Disney Channel?
We're always friends together.
Hey, I don't know if it was, but this is when it premiered on Disney Channel. So
Okay.
yes, it is
Don't
Goof
you
Troop.
Best of friends forever.
Never seen the show, but I've eaten at Sci-Fi.
Geo, no. Okay, you must.
That's
You
shocking.
must do this. Sci-Fi. It used to be that I would kind of go to Sci-Fi for the ambiance, and the food was, okay.
Meh.
But the last time I went, the food was really good. The environment was still fantastic, but the food was really good. So I didn't get to go on this trip. So I'll have to make it on my next trip. Sci-Fi, man. It was
All right,
fun.
one more. I
They
agree.
used to
Sci-Fi
tell
is
you
a
to turn off your
must-do.
headlights when you were walking in. They'd be like, please turn off your headlights.
I put Sci-Fi ahead of 50s primetime in terms of must-do. If you only can do one, do Sci-Fi.
I enjoy Sci-Fi more than primetime, but primetime's just not that, I don't know. It's like a
Not your
museum for me. I know other people see it as like nostalgia and fun, but to me it's like eating in a museum exhibit.
It's like eating at
Getting
home
yelled
food.
at.
That's the fun part. All right, one more. 2012. This is a movie. I will read the description. Which one of you can first say what it is? I will bleep out words that give it away.
Earth.
About a young blank named Oscar who finds himself alone in the African forest until he is adopted by another blank who raises him like his own. The film is narrated by Tim Allen.
Is that
Oh.
one chimpanzee?
Yes, Kyle is the winner.
I had an upper hand because I've gone through the other Disney nature ones this week.
Meet Oscar, a young common chimpanzee. Aw,
Huge.
he has a big family, so celebrate today. Go watch Chimpanzee on Disney Plus, or don't.
Or don't.
All right, thanks, Rebecca. We have a couple more news items we'll get through, but I will let Rebecca get on with her non-Disney day. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye. All right, Kyle. I think we just got some kind of breaking in that it just got announced about Guardians of the Galaxy mission. No, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Did we? You'll have to tell me.
Yeah.
Okay.
On April 27th, its red carpet will be live streamed. They've been doing that a lot, but now we have the official word that they will be live streaming the red carpet of Guardians of the Galaxy on April 27th. You can see that on marvel.com/Guardians premiere. I think it's usually, it's on the Marvel YouTube channel. So those are always fun. Especially the MCU premieres. Those are a lot of fun. Go check that out. If you are a fan of chicken, and who isn't?
You.
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian. But most people like chicken. And for some reason, every time I see this, it looks like McDonald's to me. But apparently, it's chicken. So, the original...
Yeah, so this, Clyde's. I believe they're based in nearby Fullerton. And they're coming to Disneyland Resort. And they said soon. And I think they mean it because... apparently this is going to just be like a kiosk, one of those little shacks that they have. So I saw a picture where the sign was already up, so it sounds like they'll be serving out of that for at least for now. So yes, hot chicken and deliciousness.
By hot chicken, do they mean like they cook it or like it's really spicy?
It's spicy. It's Nashville hot chicken.
Oh, ooh, that does not sound fun to me. And one more story real quick. The Star View Station DVC Lounge invading Disneyland now. Did DVC invading Disneyland too? Has opened at
Hey,
Disneyland.
at least it's not the I know this was at Magic Kingdom, but at least it wasn't the Tomorrowland what were they called?
The canvas things?
The canvas things that I can't think of
the places where you could go and relax
Cabanas.
And stuff? Cabana, that's the word. Yeah, those were terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's this lounge in this, nearly useless building where you can go and hang out if you're a DVC member.
Yeah. And I like the theming they've done. Thank you, Gio. I like the theming they've done with this. I mean, they have seemed to put a little effort into making this work in Tomorrowland. It looks like a lot of fun. We have a nice video walkthrough of it as well as tons of pictures. So I'm going to put that link in the chat. Please go check that out. Especially if you're a DVC member, because you can access that at the Disneyland Resort. How cool is that?
But is there a Nathan Lane robot upstairs? And can I play Rock Band?
Did you like Interventions?
I mean, the older Interventions was kind of fun. Like we actually got to see a demo of something, and you didn't know. Well, you could figure it out if you knew where you were. But they had a couple of demos, and then you get to go explore the home of the future. Like some of that stuff was cool. The storybook room was pretty cool. The one where they told the Peter Pan and it had the effects where like Tinkerbell would fly around the room and it'd be like a cannon. Like that was pretty cool for what it was, which is a great way to escape the heat in the summer and spend some time indoors.
That's also where they had that the first, I think they called it the living character, where you talk to Stitch. It predated it predated Finding Nemo and all that stuff. Crush. But you could actually go and talk to Stitch on the phone, and that's where they had that cool thing where you would sit down in the thing and drive.
And Osimo.
And
Hello.
Osimo.
Come on, that was awesome.
Ethan's great-grandfather? Is that accurate?
I think so. Yeah, there's a relation. Osimo, he could kick a soccer ball. He could climb upstairs. He could do all sorts of awesome things in the world's tiniest Disney theater.
If he got hacked, he could rip your arm off. So I think that's why they eventually closed him.
That was. I'm surprised they didn't put that into Frontierland because it was like Westworld.
That would be a great. How has Westworld not become an actual theme park?
Have you seen the show?
I've seen the show, I've seen the movie, but the concept, I don't know. I'm surprised. Anyway, that's most of our show today. At Kyle's request, we are going to end this episode with...
Oh, yes.
Nakazu! Nakazu! this animal kingdom, it's many, many things. But remember, it's never